of the fumes. Incredible. Good morning, everyone. Today we are baking focaccia. Yes, come with me. Here I have a huge focaccia of around 3 kilos. Yes, and it's ready to be baked. So first, I need to unmold it and put it here on my counter. Okay, molding. It's beautiful. It was made with BIGA, and it looks beautiful, fully fermented. It has been fermenting for many hours now. So here I go. Whoa! There. Beautiful. So what I am going to do now is to let it sit here, or better here, on this peel. Put some semolina there. I'm going to put it here and let it rest for a second while I'll tell you how I did this huge focaccia dough. Okay, so I'll leave it here on the peel, ready to be baked. You can still relax here a little bit. Okay, perfect. I'll let it sit here for a few seconds, a few minutes. Let me put some semolina here down. I don't want it to get stuck there. Just a little semolina there. Okay. Let it relax here. And I'll tell you how I did this beautiful dough. Everything started with the BIGA. Here's the BIGA. If you know what is a BIGA, BIGA is a preferment that I made the day before. It takes 1 part of flour and half part of water. So it's 50% hydration. 100 grams of flour, 50 grams of water, and a little bit of yeast. I can use either fresh yeast like this one or just regular just instant yeast. That's okay. The thing is to use a little bit of yeast, 1 part of flour, half part of water. So now that I have the BIGA, I have here all the ingredients that I need to continue with the dough. But first, let me show you the formula. So here's the formula. It's really easy. First you have the flour for the BIGA, the water of the BIGA, the little bit of yeast, and then comes the refreshment called refreshment, which is the final dough, which goes with a little bit of more flour, a little bit more of water. Maybe you can add some or not yeast if you want, and of course salt and some olive oil. That's the formula. Remember, you can download it in my app, Gluten Baker's Percentage, for free for Android and iPhone, and here's the link for you to download it. And then you can upload this recipe to the app. So as I said, the ingredients are this. All this that you're seeing right now is the formula. So I took a little bit of the flour and a part of the water, half part of the water, a little bit of yeast, and I built the BIGA. The BIGA is really easy to do. You just mix the flour, the water, that little bit of yeast, you mix it, no kneading at all, and then you'll end up with this preferment, which is really dry because it has 50% hydration. So you let it sit, this preferment, for around 18 hours, and it should be at 18 degrees Celsius. That should be the temperature. If you're in a warmer place, maybe you can put a little bit of yeast on there, or then use your fridge to keep the BIGA working slower. Or if you're in a cold place, then you can use a little bit more of yeast, or take it, if you have a proofer, better, or in a cold or in a warm place of your house. So that's the idea of the whole idea of the BIGA. It helps a lot to the dough, to the final dough. It gives better aroma, better taste. The smell is incredible. And then you have done most of the fermentation the day before you do the final dough. And so the mixing and everything is going to be better. Everything is an improvement, and the dough is going to be really light and super tasty. That's the secret. The secret of all this is time. So this kind of preferment was invented some time ago, some long ago in Italy, of course, and it's mostly used in pizza doughs, in focaccia doughs, or any kind of dough, Italian dough. Of course, you can use it for bread or whatever you want, but it's an excellent option to, in case, to make your bread tastier and lighter. And of course, it's not easy to do. So once you have your BIGA done, what we have to do now is the final dough. This should be happening on the next day. Remember that you make the BIGA one day before, one night before, and then you go with the final ingredients, which are called refreshment. So I am using my mixer, and I'm going to use the paddle. As always, when I make this high hydration doughs, this one has 80% hydration. That's a lot of water. Think that in a kilo flour, I'm using 800 grams of water, so I'm using this paddle. But if you want to use a hoop, it's okay too. And if you want to do this by hand, of course you can. The thing with the big guys, sometimes you get some crumbs or small pieces that you can find in the final dough. So what I suggest to do, if you want to do with by hand, mix by hand, is to cut the bigas I am doing right now in little pieces, and then add the water and let it hydrate slowly, and then start adding the rest of the ingredients. But take a look at the biga. Here's the biga. Take a look at how dry it is. There is some gluten development here, of course, and it's a really dry dough. It's really, really dry, but it smells incredible. I hope you could smell it as I can. It's excellent for doughs, for Italian doughs. It's really incredible and makes the dough really light, fluffy, tastier. It's everything. It's a good thing. So if you use BIGA, you'll notice a difference soon. So okay, let me cut in pieces, small chunks, the BIGA, and put it in the mixer. There. So now I'll add a little bit of the flour, not all the flour, I still have some left. And I'll start mixing it slowly. Low speed first. There we go. Oh, thank you. I have a coffee. Oh, thank you. That's what I did. An Italian coffee for Italian bread. It's okay. Let it mix slowly. And now I'll add some little water. The rest of the water that I have for the final recipe, and I still have to add more flour, some oil, and the salt. Let me finish adding all the flour, and I still have some water. Okay, so this is getting mixed. The idea is always to look for the gluten development. There's no time, there's no speed. You need to look with your eyes and see when the gluten development is done. That is the moment when the dough is ready. So let me finish my coffee. Excellent. And let's go back with the focaccia. Let me see how it is. If it's okay, yes, it has not what's tucked in the peel. So now it's time to stretch it with my hands. Let's go with some olive oil. This is the best part that I like of doing focaccia. Good. I put some olive oil in my hands. And now, let's go with the fingers. Poking the dough. What you do when you do this is that you move all the air of the fermentation to the sides, so you don't get a huge piece of bread. Instead, you get this beautiful and airy focaccia. Check it, it's okay. So I have the oil, and now I need some salt. Then I'll finish it. I will make something else with all the ingredients that I have here. Okay, some more salt. Today I have salt from the Patagonia. Yes. Okay, let me check this. Going good. Let me add the rest of the water. It's okay. So I think it's time to go to bake this huge focaccia. Oha! come with me and let's go to the oven. This is huge. This focaccia is huge. Okay, so here I have my oven already preheated. Let me prepare. Let's open the door. It is preheated at 300 degrees Celsius, which is a lot. Okay, so here it goes. This is massive. Oh, wow, huge. And the oven is really, really hot, 300 degrees. That's a lot. So let me put this around 8 minutes and let's see what happens. Let's go back and see how the dough is working. Good. The focaccia is there. Now it's time to continue with the dough. Looking good. Let me move this here. I have some more coffee. And come, I want you to see this. Now you can see all the gluten development that we're having right now. The gluten is getting developed slowly, and you can see here all the frets that we see. That's the gluten that's being developed. And the key here is not to get those chunks that I said that maybe it can happen when you make with BIGA. Sometimes when you bake with BIGA, you get a little bit of these chunks because the BIGA was not well dissolved. So that's a secret now. That's what I am trying to get. I still need to add the salt and the olive oil. That's what I have to add right now, while the focaccia is being baked. So as I said, it's not a matter of time, because it depends on the speed that we are using in the machine, the hydration, the kind of flour that you're using. But take a look. The dough is slowly holding the paddle. That's what I'm looking for. The dough needs to hold the paddle, and that means that dough is getting ready. We're almost there. Now it's time to add the salt. There. And I still have the olive oil. And here goes the olive oil, and we are almost there. Good. Just a few seconds and it's ready. Beautiful dough. And this BIGA is going to make this dough really, really fluffy and full of air and full of flavor. That's what we're looking for. Looking good. Almost done. Meanwhile, we can check all the ingredients that I'm going to use for the sandwiches that I'm going to make with the focaccia, which is being baked. Here I have a tomato pesto done with dried tomatoes that I'm going to make. This is our dried tomatoes rehydrated with cheese, with Parmesan cheese, with garlic, with olive oil, and a little bit of salt, and a little bit of basil too. Here I have another pesto. This pesto is a classic basil pesto done with basil. Like you have here, basil, olives, garlic, salt, and a few cashews. Excellent. Here I have some dried tomatoes. Here I have burrata for the sandwich. Now you know where I am going. And here I have some cold cuts, mortadella, ham, cooked ham or York ham. And here I have some jamon or prosciutto. And I'm going to use arugula, some aceto balsamic vinegar, salt, olive oil, and we are ready to make an incredible Italian sandwich. Look, the dough is almost done. The dough is holding the paddle, so it's time to finish it. Excellent. It's been really easy. It is really easy to do because when you have the BIGA, then the kneading with the machine or with my hand is faster, and also the fermentation. Remember that we did the BIGA one day before, so there's no need to ferment this much longer. Of course, if you want, you can extend the fermentation, doing it cold and long fermentation. The fridge is okay, it's good, there's no problem. But if you want to use this dough on the next day, there's no problem because all the work has been done with the BIGA the day before. Okay, so let me put this on the counter and take a look at this. It's perfectly done there in seconds. So now the dough is ready. What I have to do now is to, if I want to bake this focaccia today, is just put this on a mold or wherever I want and let it sit, let it, for example, 1 or 2 hours, let it relax, let the gluten relax, and then bake it as I did in the beginning. So now I'll put the dough here, let it rest. Always remember to cover the dough, never leave the dough there uncovered because they'll get dry. So the secret is to let this dough now rise a little, then I'll put it on a mold, and then I'll bake it, as I did from the beginning in the video. So let me check if the dough is ready, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, the alarm is ticking and the focaccia is ready. Woo! Let me see what we have here. Wow! Take a look at this. It's beautiful and it's huge. Ooh. Wow! Take a look at this. It is incredible. Oh, and it's heavy. Oh. Take a look at this. Huge, massive. Okay, so here I come with the focaccia. And here I have it. Woohoo! Wow. Take a look at this. It's a huge focaccia and it's so light. Oof, it's really, really light. I can't believe it. It's beautiful. Okay, so I need to let it cool down just a second. And now I need a glove so I can cut the focaccia. Open it up. Okay. Gloves coming. 3, 2, 1. There. Thank you. Really fast. So now it's time to open this up. Let me put this, I think, a table now. Better. Let's see what happens. Oof, this is so hot. Oof. Are you ready? Zun, 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 zun. Ooh. Wow. Oof. This is incredible. Take a look at this. Oh, the fumes. Incredible. Freshly baked. So now comes the best part, preparing the super sandwich. But I think this is huge. Let me cut it a little bit in a better way. Maybe I can. This. Okay. Ah. Oh. Oof. There. Okay. Get this here. And I'll keep the middle, the center. Wow. Okay. Good. Now, one more. I'll make 2 sandwiches. Okay. Like this. And like this. Oof! All the steam that's coming out of the crumb. Beautiful. So let's go first with the pestos. The red pesto, the tomato pesto that I said first. Here, look how beautiful is this pesto, and the smell and the color that it has. Done with sun-dried tomatoes in California. No, not in California. Spain, Italy, I don't know. But these are beautiful. And now let's go with the green pesto. More pesto. If you're a pesto lover, this is your sandwich. Some more pesto. Take a look at the colors of these both sandwiches. Beautiful. So now let's go with the cold cuts. Here I have some prosciutto cotto, which is ham, Italian ham. Ooh, excellent. A lot of ham. Take a look at this. A little bit more. And here I have some more. And now, here I go with the prosciutto. There. I love this. This is the best part. You want some more? Okay. There. And now comes the cheese. Here I have some burrata cheese. Take a look at this burrata. I'm going to put here. Some more burrata here. With beautiful. And here I have some fior di latte, or this is done with here with buffalo milk. This is a mozzarella with buffalo milk. There. I'll put some here, there, there, and there. You have one more piece. Yes, great. Now comes the greens. This one I'm going to put some arugula. It goes perfectly with the prosciutto. Arugula. There. A little bit more. And here's some basil. Basil. And now the aceto, the balsamic vinegar. Aceto balsamico. Beautiful colors. Italian colors. And finally, olive oil. The last drops of olive oil. There. Excellent. Now come closer. I need you to look at this. Look at this. Whoa. And here, this one. Oof. And now, one more thing. I have to slice it on the middle. This one. Take a look at this. Whoa. And hear this. What about this one? Oof. What about this one? Incredible. So now I think I have to take a picture of this for the video. Let me take a picture. This one. And then now it's ready. Good, excellent. We have the picture for the video. And now the best part, testing. Let's try first this one with the prosciutto. After all we have been working, it's time to try this focaccia. Oh, so crispy, so thin. The best part. This tomato pesto. That's the best. Excellent. dried tomatoes, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, garlic, focaccias or piñas, and then blend it with the mixer and end up with this. Always a lot of olive oil. Excellent. Now let me try this one with the ham and the stracciatella. Oh, this sandwich is incredible. The pesto is incredible, but the focaccia, so crispy, thin, crispy. The crust is crispy, but the crumb is so soft and tender, and it's really tasty. So well, I hope you have enjoyed this new recipe. It's really easy. Might take some time and some skills to do this, but I hope you can make it soon. Leave me some comments, like this video, share it, and I hope to see you on the next video. May the gluten be with you. I'll take this sandwich with me. Bye.